Guess who's back? How did you both fare without me? I know it must have been torturous, hellish, you know.
And British.
British and nasty and short.
Hobetian states,
a
to say the
Hobetian
least.
state without me.
Oliver Modi, it's good to have you back.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be back.
It's always great to have that female energy.
Yes.
And beyond the female energy, the things you bring to the show, the intellectual depth, the banter, it's just, it's amazing.
It's phenomenal.
And we're thankful to God to have a colleague like you on Breakfast
And can
Central.
I use this opportunity to join the rest of the world to wish you, my friend, a very happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Happy
I really
birthday,
appreciate it.
Gbenga.
And thank you for that call yesterday. It meant a lot to me. I do appreciate it. And hope you had a fantastic
I had a fantastic birthday celebration, and I'm glad to be back.
Yes.
And I also want to shout out to Doc Zero, who turned 40. Happy birthday. Now we're starting Breakfast Central. Back-to-back birthday celebrations.
Somebody is out of
Somebody's feeling left out.
Yes.
I know. Sorry, God will do your own for you. Good morning and welcome to Breakfast Central. And if you're just tuning in, well, you haven't missed so much apart from all the celebrations that we've had to do here. My name is Olive Emodia. For the next 3 hours, we'll be looking at the biggest stories in Nigeria's news. My enemies are coming after me. We'll be looking at the biggest stories in Nigeria's political landscape, and we urge you to stick around, join us, engage with us. We'll open the phone lines to give you an opportunity to share your thoughts on any of the stories as well. You're welcome.
And I'm Gbenga, bro. You know how we do here on Breakfast Central. This is the right place to start your day. Insightful conversations, analysis. We also welcome your contributions. You can call in during our newspaper review segment and share your thoughts with us on any of the biggest stories. You're welcome to Breakfast Central, and I can't wait for us to kick things off. There's a lot to talk about, especially on Wake Up Conversations.
Absolutely.
Are you guys done?
We're done.
We are done.
No, continue.
No, you have the floor. You have the floor. You have the floor.
Please, Honorable, speak on your mic.
Off your mic. Anyway, they've said it all, and we're happy to be here. Welcome back, Olive, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Did we miss Olive? Yeah, maybe. Let's do it.
Right, you missed me.
In between.
I watched the show while I was away, and I was like, look at my guys.
They're struggling. They can't cope.
Did you notice that sometimes I get really emotional? Like red eye.
You were weeping now.
Because you weren't here.
Yeah, it's not like you're trying to pretend for the audience that you didn't miss me. You two of you. But I understand.
Anyway.
Okay, let's move on.
It's good to have you back, and welcome.
Thank
and to all our viewers, thanks for tuning in. It's another day, yet it's Thursday. How quick time flies. This week ran very quickly.
Not only just Thursday, it's the last day.
It's the last day in the month.
Oh yeah.
So 7th month
of July.
We have 5 months.
So expect those WhatsApp messages tomorrow. Happy New Month.
Happy New Month. And
Wow.
if you mistakenly post some things on your WhatsApp, they say, Alpha, can I see?
And this is the time when billing will come in. So
Yes,
be on guard.
So you know how it works. but it's good. It's good to be back. Sadly, while we are indeed counting down to a new month, which happens to be tomorrow, today is the last day, as Oliver's also highlighted. Today being the last day in the month of July also falls under a day where the nurses have decided to embark on a warning strike. And they've said that should the federal government not do anything, they would decide to go on an indefinite strike. Now, this is just one of the many challenges Nigeria is facing, especially from the health sector. It pretty much seems like the health sector is completely struggling. When you say struggling, they're indeed struggling, from the nurses to the doctors. Not forget the resident doctors as well.
Trainees are suffering.
Trainees, everybody's suffering.
Working conditions.
Bro,
just name it.
It's tough.
Yeah.
You know.
They need to declare a health.
It's tough.
A state of emergency.
It's really
in
tough.
the health
If we want
sector.
to start declaring state of emergencies, there's so many sectors that we need to declare state
Nigerian
of emergency.
police do need
Nigeria,
state of
exactly. I was going to say law enforcement, we need to declare state of emergency there. Our health sector, we need a state of emergency declaration. There are too many areas, even with power consumption. You know, internet consumption. A lot of these telecom operators, the way they are drinking our data,
straw.
they are using big pipe. The straw is they are using big pipe. You load what you would.
Are they using pipe or they're using truck? Once
You load and then everything is just
and remove.
And it's just
the way the data runs.
It's crazy because now that people's purchasing power is dropping, it's when all these things are increasing on them. So how do people find that balance with being able to afford data and not just afford the basic necessities? But not only are all these people, affected and certain people going on strike, Certain other people might not be resuming work because they've received suspension from the governor of the state
What could have
without
happened?
1 month pay. Now, the report is that they did not attend a government function, and as a result, this was a disciplinary action. It was initially interpreted as them not having attended the governor's daughter's birthday, which was then, reported.
Yeah.
And then they said it was because they did not attend a government function, a function that was called by the governor. So this was a disciplinary measure to send a message to the rest of them that government work is not a joke. And if they call for a government event, you're not supposed to be in your house
I
chilling.
want to get the full picture before I react. Could we see, is there a video to this?
No, not
Well,
really.
no, we don't really have. We don't have a video.
But, I mean, government is,
It's
there are
just,
different
complete.
agencies, parastatals, and government work is continuous. There's a government function every single day, and people have their departments and agencies and ministries that they man. So you don't expect all government officials to leave
What they're
their
doing.
own responsibility to keep, I mean,
And it
you weren't
depends on
appointed
whether it's-
to attend functions. If you're not a key stakeholder, for example, if it's a road, if you're talking about road safety and road, you need people from the Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Works and things like that, not people from Ministry of Solid Minerals or women development or emergency and things like that.
Pretend.
People have their functions, so I'm not really sure this isn't.
Now, there are 25 commissioners, 14 senior special assistants, 24 special assistants, and 22 permanent secretaries are those affected in the suspension. Now, according to the statement that was released, the suspension took immediate effect, adding that suspended officials were barred from signing any official documents during the period. Commissioners were instructed to hand over to their respective permanent secretaries. And the governor of Ebonyi State, Right Honorable Francis Ogbonna has directed that the underlisted government functionaries proceed on 1 month working suspension without salary for failure to attend an important government function.
What is the
statement
important
read,
government function?
That we do not know. He said he maintained that the governor remained firm in ensuring all government officials uphold the highest standards of conduct and dedication in serving the people of Ebonyi State. According to him, so this is the State ABC chairman, Chief Stanley Okoro Emega, said the governor's move was a punishment for negligence of duty. And according to him, he said, this is a punishment for negligence of duty and snubbing the governor's program. It is also for coming late to an event called by the government. The truth is that this has served as a big lesson to those suspended and others. So these are, some of the people who are reacting to this, stating that, it says, this is one of the commissioners suspended. He said, a birthday that was more of a church Thanksgiving. He claimed we were mandated to attend, and that led to our suspension. The manipulator has messed up with Unabi.
Well, I don't want to believe this.
Please, can we put the list? This is
commissioner.
Oguzo Kanu Ofia Nwali. Let's put back the list of those who were
It wouldn't
suspended.
do this.
And then let's look for his name.
That's
Mwafili
it,
is number
number
9. Chief Oguzo Ofia Nwali.
It has to be verified.
I want to imagine
'cause
that.
He hasn't handed in his resignation, and for you as a serving commissioner to say such a thing to your principal is
No. If,
at the level of commissioner.
so, no.
To call him manipulator.
What he's saying, and this was the initial rumor, that it wasn't a government event, that it was the governor's governor's child's birthday that they did not attend that led to their suspension.
Maybe that's why the person that released that circular was shy in saying the important government event.
So we would like to ask the government of Ebonyi State.
Which one is the governor's daughter? The one on the left
little
or the
girl.
child?
The little
That's
girl. It's a little girl's birthday celebration. She's such a beautiful girl. So we want to know what really the celebration was, or the government event was that they did not attend.
We really need to know.
And if we find out that truly it was this birthday, this little child's birthday, which I think is important to be celebrated, and people should attend, but it is not a government function. It is not something that is under their scope of work.
Ask Johansson. Johansson is old enough to know the military when we're under military rule. This sort of things never happen.
It would never happen. What kind of behavior? I want to believe. I want
And
to hope.
you are young enough during this democratic dispensation to know that even in democracy, this thing
can
has
never
never
happen.
happened before.
I don't know why you guys are. I don't know why you're stressing yourself. Governor Wifiru has the right to do what he chooses because
No.
it is the people that
There's a
voted.
constitution that governs this affairs.
Gbenga. The leaders are a reflection of the people. And we need to start agreeing that going forward. A leader who has the temerity and the power and the might and the strength to do this kind of thing shows you that that's how he views the people. If Governor Wilfred says there was an important event, and again, I don't know why they are being shady
about the important
what the
event.
event
Yes.
was.
Why
Because
you
on a
withholding
good day,
information?
exactly, on a good day, if it's an event that is a very, it's a honorable event, it's an event that is official, then that's quite different. Then you put it there in the press release. But there's this shade,
secrecy
around
which
what the event was about, what it is. Hence why people are saying it was a birthday. And I don't know about that post, but if that post is true from one of the commissioners, the chief, he said because they invited them for a birthday party and they didn't want to go. And if they find out that it is true, let's just say it is true, then the people of Ebonyi State should decide what they will do in the next 2 years coming. Because you cannot have someone who would say, you know, we're starting to see, I mean, they say power, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And we're also starting to see where people just feel like we are in a monarchy system where, hey, listen, if you don't attend, maybe the only thing that was left to have heard, or we would have heard, was there was a parana, there was a psalm. The king has announced that his family members are having this. Everybody was
very likely that they were suspended because of this birthday event. Because if it wasn't the birthday event, they would have stated in the circular.
It's looking that way.
Using the word instead of the ambiguity of
an important government event. So let's wait for them to come and tell us.
You just don't go ahead and suspend people without pay. You give a warning that, okay, next time, because I believe this is the first time this is happening. Outright suspension, 1 month's salary. Our dear MD at New Central, Mr. Kayode,
he turned 60.
He turned 60.
Yes.
And we
were not even there.
We're not mandated.
In his words, he doesn't like celebrating it because he doesn't
there was
see
biscuit and many goodies, but we were not suspended. Imagine going a month in this economy without
his salary.
money.
Right. I think that's something that needs to be looked into. And, you know, I mean, just in reference to what you said, when MD, Mr. Kayode Akintemi, did his birthday, he didn't mandate us to attend there. We all celebrated him. But that's how it is. It's of your own volition. It's
you are going too far.
And there are many things.
The president also celebrated, the #1 citizen, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Jagaban, celebrated his own birthday as well. Of course, you had greetings and everything. Yeah. Even when he decided to say, okay, fine, thank you, was there any call, a clarion call that, listen, all governors must arrive at Aso Rock?
Governor Sanwo-Olu turned 60 recently, celebrated his birthday. There was no mandatory...
We really need to see the end of it. But I'm sure they'll get into damage control.
The truth is that you can decide to then be bitter and beef certain governors, but that should be something that will be on the low. Between your own pettiness. You should not be bold enough to showcase your pettiness.
Issues like this.
Also,
I beg you, let's move to the next story.
This is the height of...
Just to wrap up on that, I mean, we'll take reaction. Yes, it is an abuse of office, if truly this is what happened. Just to take the final thought on that would be that if the people have given their candidacy to this, they've rallied their support, they put this person in, acting in this capacity would amount to an abuse of the powers that the people have vested in you. There are people who don't believe in celebration of birthdays. You cannot mandate them to celebrate birthdays if it is against their belief, and even if it is within their belief, and they're not in the mood. That is not why we appoint government officials.
Is it constitutional?
It is not something that, as a nation, is enshrined in our constitution that you must celebrate birthdays, you must appear for every birthday function. It is a voluntary decision. But Nigerians have been reacting. Let's take a few of the reactions to this. Olatunji Oralekon says he should have sacked all of them. There's a crisis within the system and their absence was calculated attempt to embarrass the governor that he is on his own. That's from Olatunji Oralekon. Francis Winfrey suspended his commissioners for not coming for his children's birthday. The evil APC will not bring, does not exist. A pure failure. Francis will be the last APC governor in Ebonyi State. Igbo will never condone rascality in our land. Say no to terrorist and dictatorship leaders in our land.
That's too harsh. Voice of Igbo.
It's taking it too far.
That's too harsh. Don't go too far.
Misinformation is not good, though. Fact, Ebonyi Governor Francis Winfrey suspended 25 commissioners and appointees for missing a key state event, such as the flag of agricultural input distribution at the Christian Ecumenical Center in Abakaliki, not a personal event like a child's birthday.
Okay, let's freeze it there.
Freeze. Yeah.
Pause.
So 25 commissioners and appointees
before we do that, let's even take this response. This person that says, how do you flag off agricultural input distribution at the Christian Ecumenical Center? Are you people praying over the agri-input? Even at that, why will 25 commissioners be present for such event? If not that you lots are jobless and wasteful.
But you know, that part, Christian Economical Center and agriculture, remember that in the Bible, Jesus fed people, multitude with loaf and fish, bread and fish. So it's agricultural spiritualism.
Wow. Gbenga, what is your issue? What's the color of
No,
your
I'm just trying to make sense of it.
Are you okay?
Feel my temperature, please.
But then again, let's scroll up a bit. I think
Let's scroll up
up
to the initial
Let's scroll up. Let's scroll
Yes,
up. Don Azar says misinformation is not good, and that's why we've categorically stated it here as we started the show that
Allegedly.
we do not have the facts. No, we do not have the facts, but it is rumored that it's a child's
and
birthday.
if it is
And
true
if
that
it
that
is,
happened, then that's an abuse of power.
then that's,
but back to this extra information.
missing key events. But take note, he said ES. There's an S to the events. So that means there are many, there are multiple. Now, in the case of multiplicity, there could also have been a situation whereby maybe the celebration was part of it, or there were myriads of it. There was a lineup of events. So when he says events, I'm going to take Don Azar's statement as maybe partially true. If he says an event, so there's
You
flag
can't
off.
have a flag off of agricultural inputs in the church.
You know what, guys? I think I know the governor would make a statement. I'm very certain about that, and I'm sure he will make a statement. So let's wait till he makes a statement. If there's any other tweet, let's see if we can take that tweet. If not, let's move to our next story, as we do not have enough time. Ebonyi, people need to take this APC rascality very seriously, because what this party brings is nothing but disastrous and distasteful things.
I mean, the governors have their own agency. They act in their own ways. So I really don't understand why they're always tagged with their party. But I guess they represent their party, so that's why.
Anyway,
for this
the political
agricultural
let's move on.
distribution
Guys,
event
let's just move on.
online. I'm
Let's
looking
move
through the
on.
news articles. Normally, when you flag off something of that magnitude, it should appear in the news, shouldn't it?
Yeah, like I said, my investigative journalism antenna told me that that story was false.
So,
The flagging off of agricultural inputs in a church.
in fact, the last time I'm seeing that was 12th of December 2024, when he says Ebonyi State Governor Francis Winfrey on Thursday stated that his government will continue to make agriculture, blah, blah, blah. And then goes on to talk about, I mean, the headline reads, Winfrey flags off farm input distribution in Ebonyi.
Guys.
That was in the Nigerian Tribune.
So, I mean,
Anyway.
Our next
Let's
story
move
on.
has got to do with the fact that Nigerians are clamoring for the hope that was promised to them. But instead of seeing it, Nigerians are taking different sides when it comes to explaining what the hope truly means. For some, it's difficulty in living, surviving, feeding, taking care of themselves, talk less of also
Cost of
taking care of
living.
others. The cost of living has indeed become a problem to every single individual. However, while Nigerians were complaining, a few popular persons,
a certain class.
you know, whom you choose to call celebrities, decided to jump on a train,
But they are
not a
celebrities.
literal train.
Whether or not they call them.
I mean, it
they are
depends on
celebrities.
Some
who's
will
perceiving
call them
them.
celebrities, some won't.
No. They are. I think it's an established fact that they are
Some will
celebrities.
call them, like I said,
It's
some.
just celebrities that some people
It's
like
opinion.
and celebrities that some people don't like.
It's opinion.
I don't think you can.
Some will
public-
call you
Public
celebrity.
persons.
No,
some will
that's
call you a
not-
celebrity.
I beg,
Or
leave my own.
public
There's some
figures.
people.
Please, let's move.
So what's the difference between a public? They are public figures.
Let's
Okay,
move
let's
on,
go to
guys.
the
Let's go to
public
this
figure.
news
Okay.
story.
Celebrating them.
Okay, public figure.
Good,
let's
because
call them
not everyone
public
calls everyone a celebrity, but I mean, then again. So they decided to jump on a train, not a physical train, but a type of train that, you know, sees them carry out a campaign.
Political train.
So it's a political truck.
Okay.
They were on top of it and they were campaigning all over, shouting that the hope is working. However,
What year are we in? Just to
this is 2025.
2025, not 2027.
However, one lady decided to do a video and put it on social media. But let's watch the video first so you get to see what is really happening.
Do wetin we dey call federal technical colleges. Say your children fit go technical jobs free of charge from age 13 to 20. Good children, good. Could I clap for Jagaban? They could I clap for Jagaban. Baba no stop for there. You see our road dem make dem begin fix am. He said that they fix the road. That they fix the road dem. If you enter Abuja now, you go like wetin Wike they do for Abuja. Una don't like us, we don't do e-gates for our airports them. Plenty other things go come, and our Baba they do am.
Okay, this is a road show. They've gone out to highlight the
only
positive
difference
things.
is nobody was.
Yeah.
No, we did not see the people
we
dance.
didn't see the
I'm
entire
sure they
thing.
dance. How can you do road
So
show
they
if
have
dance?
gone out to highlight the important things. They are doing the work of the Ministry of Information or the Publicity Secretary of the APC to highlight the good things of the President Tinubu
That's
administration. And for those who know how these things work, there are many, many questions to be asked. Look at the calendar. Look at the time of the year. Look at this, the mood of the nation, the feelings of ordinary Nigerians, and maybe that's why they said, "Look, the people are angry. Let's go out there and make them relax. Let's highlight some of the great things this administration is doing."
So I went on Seyi Law's page, and when he put up the post, the first comment I saw was, "The country they walk, Naimuna climb 1970 lorry. You do even look at the environment you were campaigning and singing. Does it look like a place that the government is working? I never see where person drink medicine, comes to the explain, say, in they feel better, whereby the signs and symptoms are there."
And then look at the feedback. There's no excitement from. It's almost like
Did you see where they say clap, clap? People were just walking.
The people are too hungry to even react.
So we're going to take reactions to this. Nigerians have reacted. But first of all, I'd like to say that Seyi Law has garnered a lot of criticism, not just him and Yola Badmus because of their support for the current administration. Tony Abraham also, even though I think that now Nigerians have moved on and forgiven her. The Nigerians who were angry at her seem to have moved on. But Seyi Law has gotten so much, attack. And I think that he's well within his right to support anybody that he chooses. We need to understand that the same way that people throw their support behind Peter Obi, people throw their support behind Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, Seyi Law has every right to throw his support behind whoever he's throwing his support. That being said, the taste of the pudding is in the eating. You would not need to do a lot of convincing. And I think another angle that was a bit of a concern was campaigns have not officially started. Campaigns start in 2027.
Is this a
it just feels
campaign
like,
or
I don't even know why this is happening. In 2025 it looks like campaign takes different forms. Trying to sell your market to people to say, oh, this is what this person has done.
I mean, and that's the idea of a roadshow anyway. So even if you call it a roadshow,
even in
it's a campaign.
Exactly. But the flip side to that, they might argue that that's also their avenue of telling people what they've done. That it's their way of carrying the masses along to say,
they're not
this
doing
is what
it
we've done.
under the ages of a political party. They're a group of individuals that are mobilized and said, look, we're doing this. So there wasn't any express directive from the APC that said you guys should go and campaign.
Right.
So
at the end of the day, truly, I think that, like I did say earlier, that the taste of the pudding is in the eating. We don't need to convince people too much that things are working if they genuinely can't see that things are working.
You look at a governor, the star governor in the East, Governor Alex Otti.
Yes.
I don't think people mobilize him.
He doesn't
up
need,
and down.
yes, he don't need
to
people
say
to do
that he's working is what speaks for him. You look at Babagana Zulum.
Borno
Borno State. He doesn't need to get people to jump on a truck to say, look, I'm working. The people can feel it.
I mean, even in the midst, just to add to what you've said, even in the midst of the controversy and what everyone is saying, if you pick the FCT minister, people will say, oh yes, because Abuja is going through a lot of transformation.
In Kuduru.
Oh yeah, and the other parts,
and
all that, which is
that are not
I mean, Olive wasn't around, but yeah, she doesn't understand what we're saying.
I'm so sorry.
For her, we're speaking in parables, but
let's take
that's the story, though. We just thought to bring that out. Any reactions to that? On how Nigerians are saying? Let's see what Nigerians are saying, especially on this. Are we going forward or backward for this Nigeria? Even Zach Oji, they defend Tinubu, gods of our land, save us.
Which gods?
He has his rights now to do so.
It's so unfortunate that you people want to force on people who to vote for. All Nigerians have the right to vote for what they believe. Let's give this stuff some slack. What if the person you want people to vote for wins and he didn't do what he said during campaign? That's from Emi Zino. Chooks Eric E. Okay, sorry. King Benny Cute. Oh, I miss Benny. Says, you're still in power, yet campaigning like you're the opposition. What exactly are you campaigning for? After years of mismanagement, corruption, and failure to deliver on your promises, I can't read this other part. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
He says it's unfortunate what tribalism still influences how people vote. We must all recognize that the challenges facing this country affect every one of us. Okay. Crypto Chief says, this is beyond disgraceful. Imagine your so-called celebrities campaigning for a party that has plunged the country into suffering. This is mockery and betrayal. Any public figure involved in this nonsense should be ashamed. You're part of the rot holding this country down. Well, these are the tweets of Nigerians.
This one is
This one
angry.
is-
Tell me what's going on.
But you know the funny thing? I wanted to say, why are you swearing for them? But then again, it's not swear if they believe that Nigeria as is working. It says, and I decree that their individual families and generations shall be exactly as the Nigeria that their master is fixing in Jesus' name. I wanted to say, why are you swearing for them? But then
So
again,
since they believe they are working,
yes, if you come out
and
and,
they have
say
that
that the
conviction,
country is working 100%,
then apply it to your
then
family.
this prayer should not be a curse. It should be a blessing,
It's
don't
true.
you think?
That's right.
It's
Yes.
a prayer looking curse-like, but it's a
But
valid
what
prayer.
it simply means is, if the
It
country
means
is
do
working
unto
and you
others
believe
what
that
you
it's
want
beautiful,
others to
exactly,
do
if you
unto
believe it's
you.
working and it's looking good, then your
Immanuel
family should
Kant's
mirror
philosopher,
exactly what it is.
Kant's categorical imperative.
Wow.
Yes.
Anyway, guys, we'll leave it at that. But then again, I mean, Oliver's highlighted the point. I mean, let everybody choose what they want to do. You can't chastise them for what they choose to do.
Everybody must not vote for the same
However,
person.
exactly. However, on the other hand, there are also concerns about the sudden campaign, which already
look,
had started a few months ago.
we're both
Either
young
subtle
enough
or, you know.
to have gone through this 26 years of uninterrupted democracy, and we've been on TV for more than a decade at least. Three of us have at least 10 years experience each. We've never witnessed this
Level of
rush.
desperation.
This rush. I mean, it's July of 2025. Elections are 2 years away. Why the hurry?
It feels like
and if
this
we
whole
continue
coalition.
like this, the implication will be like, okay, you're going to work for 1 year and then the remaining 3 years.
And that's what's going to happen because, like we always
It's for
say,
politicking.
when you set the ground as an example for the next person to come, I mean,
pick
I
up
can't
and they follow
imagine
through.
if another president comes years later and then he works first year, second year he starts campaigning.
But then, if you're campaigning, you need to show workings. You need to show what. So there's a flip side to it. You need to show what you need things to campaign on.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens in 2026, and
Yeah.
we'll see what projects and the work they want to show to
Anyway,
people.
to wrap
It
things
might-
up, just
might
to
be a good
mention,
thing.
yeah, I mean, just to mention quickly that the NNPCL has come out to say that the Port Harcourt refinery is
It's
not for sale. That's what
they
they
put
say.
this big banner.
However-
Not for sale.
However,
I was having a conversation with my investment friends.
Yeah.
Oliver and I, might be interested in that purchase, but I guess we'll look for another refinery, maybe in
I
Cotonou to
know.
buy,
We're looking at investing in the
or in
NNPC.
Guinea-Bissau.
okay.
NNPC refinery. We're trying
But-
to
but-
buy it, but
When I saw this story yesterday, just to highlight because we're out of time, something came to my mind, Gbenga, and it's the same line of problem that the country faces every now and then. You have a new NNPCL boss who has come out to say, listen, the refineries are not for sale. However, he has also told the Senate to give him time so that he can gather all evidences and information to prove that the 210 trillion naira that is missing was not actually stolen and is not missing. He had to get his facts
Do
right.
a complete
I've-
audit. Yeah.
Exactly. I've highlighted two things now. But as we as Nigerians, I want us to really think and listen attentively, please. What happened to those who were maintaining the Port Harcourt refineries and over 100 and something billion has already been spent on the turnaround maintenance of that refinery?
Only for the
And yet-
refinery not to work.
And yet it's still not working. So are we just going to keep quiet?
No,
So the money is gone.
I mean, it's on the file. Like I said, the chief finance officer of the Port Harcourt refinery was with the EFCC recently, facing questions.
To
So
what
he would
end?
account.
Bingo.
to what end?
It's
You
still
genuinely
one guy,
believe
and
that?
that is just
Do you know how much
one-
they've spent in all the
I think they've
refineries?
I guess
invited,
investigation is
invited
still
about, I think, 2 or 3 of them.
ongoing.
What about the others? I'm talking about people from President Muhammadu Buhari's timeline down till today before they were
This is the
replaced.
taxpayers' money. We need accountability.
$897.6 million
it's a lot of
spent on
money.
maintaining Warri refinery.
You're right.
All
And
the,
it didn't
by the time
just
you look at
start
all the
with this
refineries,
administration.
of
We
course
need to
not.
go all the way
Go
back.
all the way back.
And I believe that's the audit is working on.
Go all the way back. Now, guess what? Let's say it here before others would say it. We are certain, although we are not keeping our fingers crossed, if care is not taken, nothing will happen.
Of course.
I
that's
really
what it
hope
feels
that's
like.
not the case.
It feels like business as usual.
Okay.
But hope is not a strategy.
And the question about still not selling the refinery, is that the best decision to make?
Exactly.
Especially it feels like a basket. When you keep pouring water into a basket, the basket cannot hold the water. If you keep pouring in billions and billions of dollars into maintaining refineries and they're not still able to produce at optimum capacity, they're not even able to produce, at the end of the day, the question is it a financially wise decision to continue to invest in that? Nigerians have been reacting to NNPC's statement. If you go on their page, someone says, lease it to me and I'll carry out the turnaround maintenance and put it on stream. Federal government will give 10 to 20 years period of tax break or incentives. We can make Nigeria refineries great again. You can see a number of the reactions on X. There are those who believe, but let's take some of the reactions with you here. There are those who believe in this. There are many who say it's just a waste of time. Someone says, we'll be here waiting. You have come to tell us the same thing from Ukachuku said, I don't even understand. And
Ikachuku, that was the former
DG of NNPC.
said, and Kiari
reiterated.
designation. But at the end of their terms, what did we get? Oh, yes, I get what he was trying to say now. Over $5 billion have been spent on those refineries. So money that can build more schools and even pay our striking nurses. Okay, Usha George says. And the next tweet in reaction to this, what amount will it cost to do the high advanced upgrade and rehabilitation? Request for more money, let Tinubu borrow more for it. Same strategy for looting. Ooh, that's from Kenny Davis. Rufai Aziz Abiodun says, the new leadership won't chop their own part of national cake too. Interesting. You see, all these tweets.
Everybody, there's no trust.
I just want to say, like say that refinery is bigger than Nigeria. Of course, I can't fathom why such a single infrastructure is bigger for the whole of Nigeria to manage in decades. Every government always encounters one problem or the other whenever they want to bring it back to life.
Maybe that refinery needs spiritual cleansing.
So if you speak to, I've been opportunity to speak to a few persons, just to wrap things up, I've been opportunity to speak to a few persons, and then they've said quickly, they've told me that the entire refinery needs a complete change in terms of some of the equipment, things used are still old. However, you wonder, like I said, $1.5 billion has been spent on that Port Harcourt refinery. Wasn't it enough for them to have changed those things and replaced them? And then you call it turnaround maintenance. Then you now put up a farce. 6 months, you claim that it was working. You invited journalists. Where did you get that petrol from? That one that you were pumped. You know, there's a lot that is shaded.
And is my Ojulari also going to tow the same part of Milikiari?
Do you understand?
At the time when they'd been saying
people should be punished for that.
People should be punished. By now, I was expecting that by now the president would have come out and say, hey, listen, going forward, even if he would do a State of the Nation address or sometimes you need to take actions and say, listen, we're not going to take this. All of them. Oh yeah, let them face the law.
When it comes to our petroleum sector, that's something that we've struggled so much. Like we can't even say at the end of the day how much comes into the federal reserve. Exactly. This is a price. It's why from Obasanjo's time it was something that they reserved the Minister of Petroleum for the president because it was almost like a fail-safe procedure, which now we're starting to second guess and see if that measure really works. Because the president has so much more to do. Leaving himself as Minister of Petroleum, is that really the best step? So then it puts a lot of burden. Now with NNPC, for example, it puts a lot of burden on the GMD of NNPC. And for the longest time, they've said about, the same way they said the National Assembly, open us, the same way they say open NNPC, because a lot of activities have happened there that have gone under the radar. That need thorough scrutiny. Right. But
one more question before we go. One more question. Why is Dangote Refinery working?
What is he doing that they can't do? Does he have two heads?
Good question. Olive,
that's an individual.
On this
is government
issue, Joe is very passionate about it and agitated. I don't think he used moisturizer this morning. I think he used petroleum jelly. On that note, can we move up, please?
Please, top stories before Gbenga turns to something else.
Jokes.
Let's go, top stories right away.
Top stories this morning on Breakfast Central. Nigeria's debt profile. Criticisms trail recent federal government borrowing. I will be analyzing this debt crisis. We'll also be analyzing Nigeria's declining consumer power and looking at income versus expenditure. We'll be assessing President Tinubu's diplomatic silence 2 years in. We've been without ambassadors. We'll also be bringing you updates on the Delta blood scandal as a 41-year-old has been caught running illegal blood bank from home. The newspaper front pages form a key part of our final hour this morning on Breakfast Central. Stay with us for all these and more.